Look, it's a massive deal, obviously, that could get done for Alexander Isak. He's been the talking point, Jammer, for a while now, because he's been in excellent form at Newcastle. Newcastle have got the richest owners in the world, but they can't seem to spend really the amount of money that they want to take them to the next level. But Liverpool have come from nowhere in terms of all of a sudden just going bang. Yeah. And now building, a Galactico team, it feels like a Premier League talent. If this gets done, this is unbelievable.
It's huge. It's huge. And if you look over the last few years, they've not really spent big.
No.
And they've been competitive in a lot of big, competitions where they're still getting good revenue. Winning the league was massive. Obviously, they get a lot from the Champions League. They got a good, at least 60 million from the Champions League as well. And they're in it the next year. Yeah. 177 million from the Premier League. And like I said, they're going to offload some players as well. Yeah. Nunez potentially could go for 55. They've already sold Kwanzaa for 35. So there you're looking at close to 100 mil. Yeah. So they've got a lot, and the transfer window, they've been quiet last year. So they've got a lot in the bank to go heavy. Yeah. And this is what we're seeing. They're seeing other teams around them, delve in it and try and get stronger. And Liverpool are not stupid. As a club, they're going to think, well, we dominated last year. We can't sit on the laurels and think it's going to be like that next year. We have to make an impact to stay ahead of the game. And a signing like Isak, that is huge. Yeah. Because he's the best striker in the Premier League, without a doubt. Yeah.
I think look, there's no guarantees in life, but I think if you put this team together that they've put together, Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kirkez, you bring in Isak as well, you've tied down Salah, you got Van Dijk. We are looking at a super team all of a sudden.
Well, what you're looking at now, you're not so much relying on Mo Salah for his, 25, 30 goals a season. That gets you. He's going to be able to relieve a little pressure now because you've got a man, Isak, over the last 3 years, he scored, in the 20s. Yeah. You've got Cody Gakpo, who can also score goals. We know, I think he got double figures this last season. Yeah. Bringing in Wirtz, who can score goals, who can assist goals. So there's goals in there in abundance, and that's what makes Liverpool scary. And if you keep Diaz as well, he got 13 goals last season. Yeah. So you're looking at just an absolute mammoth of a firepower going forward.
Yeah. Do you think this team potentially could be better than the team that Jurgen Klopp put together? That side where, they only won one Premier League.
Firmino, Mane, Salah. I'm looking, and I think so. Yeah. If you go for man, I probably think so. Yeah. You look at the midfield, I think McAllister is just an outstanding player. I think he's probably better than Wijnaldum and he's better than Henderson. Yeah. Fabinho, I would say, the way Gravenberch is now came about, you would say he's probably better on the ball than Fabinho. Yes, it was, in that holding position, stopping creative and defensive, tackles and all that. But I think they've just got a lot more energy in that midfield now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. How do you think Newcastle feel? Because, Newcastle, I feel for them because, look, they're a brilliant football club. They've got a really good manager. They've got in these amazing owners who want to go and spend the money, and they can't spend the money. Yeah. The problem they've got is they're just Newcastle still, aren't they? But teams like Liverpool come along and players will want to leave and go to a bigger club. It's as simple as that.
No, that's the way it goes. I think players want to be ambitious and think, well, I've got more chance of winning Champions League or winning the league at Liverpool than I have at Newcastle at this point in time. Yeah. And when you're not in the Champions League year in, year out, that hurts the PSR at your club. That's starting to hurt. You can't buy players because you're not getting that revenue in. If you're not high in the league, so all these little things that Newcastle are going through now, it's going to take a couple of years until they're constantly in the Champions League, until they're constantly getting in profit. Yeah. And they're going to have to sell key players to maintain that. And if you're going to go in Ekiteke, 70 million, and then you 55 at Langa, that signals to me they can't. You're not going to play that much amount of money for a number 2 Newcastle.
No, they're worried that Isak's going.
If that deal got accepted, I think there would be wiggle room for Liverpool and Newcastle to talk. I think they're waiting on the Hugo deal to go through before they even think about offloading.
Newcastle fan. I want to hear from Newcastle fans because how are you going to feel if Isak goes? I know football club still stands regardless of players come and go, and the football club remains. But he is everything that they've been good at in the last few seasons. He is.
Just take away those goals and look at it. Any team, you take away those goals.
Seat as well, doesn't he? When you play, it's just unbelievable. He's just such a good player. Let's go to Dave. He's a Newcastle fan. He's phoned us up, right, Dave?
Hello there. How are you doing?
I'm all right, Dave. You good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm just ringing up basically about all this speculation about Isak. It's really a hard pill to swallow if it is thought about by the Newcastle board to sell him. I think there'll be massive trouble if they do sell him. I think we're just going back to the Ashley days where we just sell the best players.
You say that though. Look, Dave. I feel for you because you're in a position where this PSR situation. It feels like they can't spend the money that they've got, and Newcastle, you've got their hands behind their back. But look, if you get £120 million for Isak, £120 million.
Jamie, I'm telling you now, Isak is worth £180 million.
Come on, mate. Come on, Dave.
I'll be totally honest. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll be totally serious. If I was Newcastle's board, I would say to Liverpool, 200 million. Oh, forget it.
You're not going to get £200 million for a player.
No, exactly.
I know, but there's a price on everyone. Like £120 million, a British transfer record.
£20 million is ridiculous for the best player in the world.
Well, he's not the best player in the world, though, is he?
He is the best player. He's the best all-round striker in the Premier League, and the Premier League is the best league in the world.
He's not better than Ousmane Dembele, is he? He's not better than what Doué's done this year. Come on, mate. Come on.
Jamie, look, Ousmane Dembele, he's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong, he is absolutely fantastic. Because Newcastle were trying to sign him about 3 seasons ago because he was going through a really rough patch at Paris, and the Paris were trying to offload him. And obviously, he's hit his form. He's a fantastic player. Now, Alexander Isak, he's an all-round striker.
I know, mate, but you're going to get £120 million for him.
It's not enough. It's not enough, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
If it was to go for, say, 150, you wouldn't put an eyelid. You think, yeah, worth it. But those kind of fees are not going to be paid in football yet.
I don't think at the moment.
We'll see Neymar go for a ridiculous, but right now we're not going to see those in the Premier League.
But I understand what you're saying, but Newcastle have to show their intent. They have to say it to
I know, but
teams like they have to say to teams like Newcastle, to Liverpool and Man U, Man City, whatever, to say our players are untouchable, the ones we want to keep. So they have to put a price on to say, look, keep off our players. We have a project here. We're intending to challenge for the Premier League within the next 5 years or so, whatever. And
no, mate, but Liverpool are a bigger club than you, and will always will be. And Isak will turn around and say to Eddie Howe and the board eventually, "Sorry, mate, but listen, I want to go to Liverpool."
Has he ever told you what to go to Liverpool?
No, but what I'm saying is Isak will look at it and eventually you can't keep a player when there's £120 million on offer, and Isak's going to look at it and go, Liverpool are putting a super team together, and he can be part of that. Sorry, but you're not big enough to be able to keep a player like Isak at the football club.
Well, I'll be totally honest, Jamie. I mean, I know you're a football man, but I totally disagree with you.
All right, Dave.
I think
Go on.
I want to ask. Forget about the Isak situation. I want to ask a proper question. It's about this PSR situation.
Go on.
Now, you know the PSR situation that every single Premier League club, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, they all disagree with the situation, with the PSR situation. Now, the PSR has to be voted in by Premier League clubs.
Yeah.
Why don't all of the Premier Leagues vote it out?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's an advantage, isn't it? It
Well,
holds it like Liverpool, and then who
they all
can easily
voted.
pass.
They all voted it in. So I know they did.
I know they did, Jim. But why don't they vote it out?
Well, I don't know.
Because it's obviously I'm a Newcastle supporter, and it's not just because it's Newcastle. I mean, the teams like Aston Villa, they're trying to advance in the comp because they've got to sell players.
No.
Sell Douglas Luiz to Juventus.
No.
We had to sell young Elliot Anderson and we Minter, two young talents which we had. We had to sell them just to comply with this PSO. Now, to me, I remember Man City being in the third division. I remember Chelsea being on the verge of bankruptcy. I remember Man U being in the second division. And Chelsea were on the verge of bankruptcy until Abramovich came into obviously from top branch.
Dave, I'm losing your line a little bit, mate. Thanks for your call. I appreciate what you're saying. I want to hear from Newcastle fans. Obviously, it's a big talking point for your football club. Liverpool want your star man. You look like you might have to sell him. Is £120 million enough money for him? You can rebuild. You can add some quality. All right, it ain't Isak, but you might get Ekatike. You can get better players in wide areas. You can get a better bench. Is it enough, £120 million? And do you just have to accept the fact that you're not Liverpool Football Club? 03 717 22 3344.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.